Okay, let's start with the hands. And I have checked for many references. I have looked at many robot hands and whatnot. And at the end, I decided to use a reference from the originals, from the real guys, from Hogarth. I have a book of him drawing dynamic hands, and I will use this anatomy. There is a simple rule. If you mess up the hands, no matter if it is a robot or an organic human, you will mess up the whole drawing. Let's make a correct drawing. And of course our hand will be a robot hand, but the pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, these lengths will be correct. I will start with this part. Make something like this. And this will be, let me draw it here in 3D. So this part will be hollow. I hope you can follow along, but we will see in a minute what I'm about to model. After that, I will make this part, which will be a sphere. I start with the simple corner rectangle. And if I press S, I get a square. So in control point mode, select these bottom control points, bevel them or fillet them. In face mode, extrude it. If I look from the top, I want to have a bumpy look rather than a flat one. In face mode, I will drag this further out so that I have enough room to create a bumpy surface with the cutter, which will be an ellipse. So therefore, let's create a center circle, snapping here at the center of this solid we just created. And this will be our cutter. So in solid mode, select the solid, press C for cut. Then the ellipse, press OK. Delete the redundant stuff. And that's what we have so far. In face mode, select this face, delete it, pressing Shift X so it is hollow. And in solid mode, thicken it, run the thicken command. And it doesn't matter whether you go to the inside or the outside. I will make something like this, minus 0.1 maybe. Press OK, let's look from the front. And now I will cut in this part with an ellipse. Create a center circle, let's stretch this guy along the Z-axis, make something like this. Let's see if the X-ray mode is helpful. Yeah, it is. So I want to have some kind of snappings going on. So I will snap the ellipse to this corner. That looks okay, and we can use this one as a cutter. By the way, I'm aware of the fact that the hand goes like this rather than this. I don't want to be 100% accurate, so that's why I will leave it straight. Basically similar to the chucks. So somehow they look like chucks, but they are looking robotic at the same time. That's what I want to achieve with the hand also. So in solid mode, select the solid, press C for cut, then select the cutter, press OK. And that's what we have so far. That looks okay. Now we can start the filleting. Here I want a big fat fillet. Here on the inside. Alt, selecting the edge. We can select the whole edge loop from here to here. Yeah, that looks okay. That's what I wanted. Okay, let's see how we can fillet this edge. Yeah, that works also. Let's fillet this edge. And this whole edge loop here, B, D. But this can be a relatively small fillet in comparison to the rest. Okay, now the most important fillets. Fillets for these faces. So select these faces in face mode, press Ctrl 2 and fillet them. And fillet as much as you can. So we have a cool, on the one hand organic, but on the other hand a mechanical look going on. I like this one. Okay, now I will create this part. And this will consist of a simple elliptical sphere, so something like this. Drag along the x-axis and press Ctrl for centering it to the solid. You can again press Ctrl for centering it or aligning it. So that looks okay, but let's see how it looks from this view. Of course, that's also important to aligning it. Make it flatter. more like an ellipse. Unfortunately, the X-ray mode doesn't work with intersecting solids, but that's okay. Yeah, these are all the small adjustments. I don't have to comment every step I do. You get the point. Okay, that's what I will use as a cutter. But at the same time, I will create a duplicate and make this one slightly smaller, pressing S twice. And I will leave it for now. First, select the hand, Q, select the cutter, press OK. In edge mode, select this edge loop, BD. That's okay. Again, select the inner edge loop, fillet it also slightly. Okay, let's look from the front view. Select the solid, SX. How we are looking so far, and we are looking good. We will make a test and see if it fits perfectly into this shell. Make your small adjustments. If you are okay with the main shape, you can always keep on making other details, making some, I don't know, some cuts here for adding further details. Everything is fine, but first of all, this has to fit into this. Therefore, I will make a little test and select these two, duplicate them, and look if it works. Hide these two for a minute. Select these two parts of the hand, and these two we are modeling. Shift H, isolate them so we can see better what we are doing from all angles. And while doing these things in orthographic view, so this perspective should be unchecked, deactivated, so you don't have to mess around with stretched views and whatnot. Okay, that looks okay to me. Bring back the rest and see how it looks. That looks okay. I like it. Unfortunately, you can't store the rotation values we have just used like you can do in Blender. That means that we have to do this rotation work again after modeling the fingers. But I like how this one worked out. And here, but when you check your model, do it in perspective mode because that's more realistic. So model in orthographic and check in perspectives. That's the correct formula. I will mirror this one to the other side.